Ah, Union College, the football and track field, where students are practicing their sports, both the men and the women. I can't stress enough how important exercise is throughout your life, throughout your whole life, throughout everyone's life. You may not always be the best athlete in the world, but it's still important to exercise all your life as much as possible. I have battled obesity through my 40s and 50s, but I recently got on a good workout regimen. I've actually lost about 30 pounds, kept most of it off. I did running. I did shadow kickboxing. I used a chin-up bar for the first time in my life. I wish I didn't wait till I was 56 years old to use it. Yes, folks, I can't stress enough how important it is, and keeping your weight down is very good for you. Obesity is linked to lots of illnesses, lots of cancers, lots of diabetes. I am proud to say that at the ripe old age of almost 61, I would say I have the athletic body of a college guy. Okay, I'm Jess Petriquin for JP Newz. Tonight I'm going to show you how I make a martini. I've been practicing this for a little while, not too long. There are hundreds of ways to make a martini. I prefer a dry martini, one that is not sweet tasting, one that is not sugary tasting. This is the dry sink my grandfather used to drink at, and now I drink at it. But more than drinking at it, I like to experiment with making martinis. So here we go. So naturally, you will need a martini glass. And the first thing you do with the martini glass is you load it with ice to chill it. Then you take the mixer thing and mix your martini in, and you add a little bit of chilling ice cubes to that as well. Other things you're going to need are martini alums. You have to have martini alums because that's what gives it the flavor. And you will need vodka. Now, I bought a bunch of these shot glasses when I was in Maine. They're very elite. This one here has got a lobster on it. I think I'll use this one. So in this case, I'm going to use 2 shots of vodka for this martini. Oh, this is a vodka martini, by the way. Forgot to tell you that. So 1. And 2. Now on nights where I really want to kill some brain cells, I like to go for 4. There we go. Now, I don't know if anybody else makes a martini this way, but the other thing I like to do is, here's vermouth. Don't use vermouth. This is sweet vermouth. It makes it too sugary. Horrible. It comes out like pee-pee water. Yeah. So now, instead, watch out when you open up Polar sodas. You never know which way they're going to spray. Oh, jeez. I guess I was right on that. Okay, so now we're going to add just enough between the two things to fill the martini glass with. A little seltzer, cold ice, and vodka. On to the next step. Now, a local bar that I patronize every now and then, I asked the bartender one night where I get these stir things. The red handle broke off. And he was kind enough to hand me one. He gave me one. What a kind old chappie he was. Now, we stir. We stir our drink. Okay. Put this aside. Out of the drawer, we take a strainer. And we take our martini glass. And we say farewell to the ice in it. There. Now the glass has been chilled. Now we dump. You have to be very careful not to spill the martini. If you make them right, they're really delicious. If you make them right, they taste like they were made out of medical marijuana. Now, getting the olives out of the jar is not a fun task. Boink! Having trouble getting the olive out. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now, I'll hold this glass a little closer to the camera so you can observe. Bing! And enjoy. This has been Jess Petriquin for How to Make a Martini on JP Newz. Cheers. So as I mentioned before, my grandfather used to drink at this dry sink. But of all past relatives who are no longer with us, I think I resemble my late great-uncle Bob LaSlure. He was a Broadway actor. Hollywood wanted him to do film, but he wanted to stick to the stage. I don't know, Bob, I would have chose differently, but here's to ya. As I was walking down J Street in downtown Schenectady, I came across an owl and bird exhibit. They were very interesting. This bird particularly almost looks like he doesn't have any eyes. They're squinted shut, really tight. Now, the owls, this one in particular, had a pulsating neck, and it almost looks mechanical. It looks like it could be part cat, maybe a lynx. This particular one was it looked like a puppy dog almost. It had beautiful eyes. And what I didn't realize is that an owl has a tongue. And with that tongue, they use it to pick up certain things like Wi-Fi, so they can tweet out their particular political viewpoints. The bill on this one looks like a tooth. It almost looks like a human tooth, which I've seen on some people. Again, I found this exhibit very fascinating. They almost look like the Gremlins, if you remember the Gremlins. There was Gizmo and Mathmore, and I don't know what the other ones' names were, but it was interesting. I'm Jess Petriquin for JP Newz, and remember, the owls are watching you. Collins Lake, a well-known lake in Collins Park, in the village of Scotia. once used to be a public beach. However, no more. But it has remained a nice place for fishing enthusiasts to go to, with kayaks, rowboats. You just can't use a speedboat on the lake because you would run out of space to use it in very fast. My daughter Rachel explaining to me about a dance called the dental floss.
Oh.
So he does it faster than me. He's like...
Oh, really? Yeah.
Jumpin' Jacks, a fixture in Scotia Glenville that's been there probably about 80 years, 70, 80 years, somewhere around there. Burgers, fries, double burgers with coleslaw and cheese, steak sandwiches, etc. And they have their ice cream sundaes and their soft ice cream, soda floats, frozen yogurt, slush puppies. I bet you could even get a bologna sundae if you asked for it. Next door to Jumpin' Jacks is Freedom Park. People gather around and kids enjoy the dance floor. While a very funny man with glasses, hat, and a bow tie entertain them with funny music, like songs about sponges.
Right down the road on that street with all the stores. Oh, Sponges are us? It's open 24 hours, Maddie. Around the corner. Even Billy Ocean uses sponges from the ocean. Even Billy Ocean uses sponges from the ocean. Even Billy Ocean uses sponges from the ocean floor. Even Billy Ocean uses sponges from the ocean. Even Billy Ocean uses sponges from the ocean. Even Billy Ocean uses sponges from the ocean floor. Square ones, and round ones, no kidding. And rectangles too. Oh my, I never knew. Yellow ones, green ones, blue. There's even blue, Maddie. Wow. Get natural, organic, fair trade, sponges. And there's even dolphin safe. Well, that's great. Let's go get some sponges. Sponges are incredible. Wow, unbelievable. They also unforgettable. Are they edible? Nope, not edible. Sponges are incredible. Let's go shopping for sponges right now. I want to take you shopping for sponges right now. There's the store. I can see it. Hey, there's no line. We can get one.
The view across the street from Mario's Barbershop, where I work on Balltown Road in Niskayuna, of the Stewart store. A very, very rainy day. Next door to the Stewart store is a piece of lawn in front of ShopRite Plaza with a retaining wall. It always gets flooded every time we have a lot of rain. Schenectady Central Park. Lots of geese, swans, and ducks all around the duck pond. As always, a gentleman came up to me, worried that I was filming him. And I had to reassure him I was filming the birds, the ducks, the geese, the swans. Why people think something is always about them, I don't get it. Downtown Schenectady, men on Lower Broadway work on the sewer hole, I guess, or the manhole cover. I put quarters in a parking meter the other day, and I was allowed 5 minutes of time. A lone musician takes a break between songs on J Street. A trip to the Glenville Queen diner with my daughter Rachel. A spot where I've gone to for many years with my parents, with my friends. It is a well-known, nice family diner.
Favorite song.
The interiors are neat and clean. Where Rachel and I were sitting, they had interesting curtains. So what would you like to say about this diner?
It's great.
You come here to eat fairly often,
Yeah.
at least once or twice a month, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I like it here too. I don't get here too often, but I do get here with family and friends occasionally.
Yes.
There we go. I don't normally have beer when I go to a diner, but on this evening I did. And I just loved the way the salt, pepper, condiments looked. The corner of Seward and Union Street in downtown Schenectady, the location where the Gleason Funeral Home is. I've been to many funerals at that funeral home. Thank God I haven't been to my own. However, when I was out for my run one morning, I noticed a cop was talking to, I believe it was the proprietor, and we believe that there was a drunk driver that crashed into his wall. Kids, be careful with hard liquor and cigars. Another Sunday morning on J Street at the farmers market. It was a very, very crowded day at the farmers market. You can buy wine, farm fresh vegetables, lots of unprocessed things, people walking their dogs around. Much healthier foods are available at the farmers market. Many people were unmasked. Hopefully, it is not the beginning of more and more super spreaders. But this one was very, very crowded. That's why I'm glad I have a 300 millimeter lens. Nice to see people out and about and looking happy. You can get fresh fish. You can get grass-fed beef. You can get hummus products. You can get Indian food. You can get eggplant parmesan. You can get spinach falafel balls. Everything you could want in the downtown Schenectady's farmers market. No irregularity at all. Off Brandywine Ave, I believe, is Grout Park. I've never been to Grout Park before. A very spacious, deserted park, like so many other parks in Schenectady. It looks like it could use a little TLC. It's slightly run down, but it is still kind of a nice place to go. At least most of the garbage is in the trash receptacle. Basketball courts are a shell of what they used to be. Rusting away, nets missing. The fence that borders the park, if you look through it, you can see the traffic zooming down 890. And from some views, it almost looks like where Paul Revere could do his ride. The clubhouse looks like it could use some work. And again, I was approached by a gentleman with gold front teeth asking me why I was filming. I should have asked him for an interview on what he thought of Grout Park. Lenox Road, near the intersection of Salina Street, near Steinmetz Park. A lovely evening for a walk. The Steinmetz Park pond has been treated with an algicide, by my understanding of the sign. The view of Steinmetz Pond. My daughter Rachel could not stand the bugs. We noticed a picnic table where nobody seemed to be able to get the garbage into the garbage receptacle. There we go. There's a good picture of you. Wow. All right. You've been on JP Newz an awful lot.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, wish JP Newz had something to pay you for. On the other side of Steinmetz Park is what they call the community garden. I think there is an individual assigned to it, but the vision of it is just breathtaking. How can one not enjoy this vision of the community garden at Steinmetz Park? A view of Yates Village from the top of Lenox Road. The older apartments have not been renovated yet, but from what I hear, they are going to be modernized, like they did with the rest of them. Ending my walk that evening with a view of the dollar store on Van Vranken Avenue and Girling. Hello, boy. Hello, boy. You got bloodshot eyes. September 6, 2021. On the way back from a film shoot in Duanesburg, my filmmaking partner and I stopped by the roadside to get some images of these steers. We found them very entertaining, extremely handsome and beautiful, wonderful creatures. Oh, one was going in for the hump.
Oh, really?
He started to jump on the other one. I think they're just playing. They're looking at us. They're like,
Oh,
what
I know.
the,
They were even
what
moving.
the F are you doing? Yeah. Well, it took me forever, but I finally got a focus fix on them, yeah.
Yeah, Homer's growling at him.
But see, look inside look in my lens here. See how much I can fit in there?
Yeah, look at that.
It's like tight, but it's not wide enough to get all of them all at the same time.
No, I know what you mean. I had a problem too.
All right.
Yay!
Oh, these two are playing. Wait, what's going on here? I bet we're stressing them out.
Oh, probably. Okay, we won't be here long.
Oh, look, he's bucking around.
Oh, he's
I don't know. Farmer Silas Willoughby is going to come out, and he's going to be
it's
like,
not illegal, you know.
"You're stressing out my bulls."
We're just sitting there, and it's not illegal.
All right. Man.
And we've got a nice sunset in the background. Oh, I'm glad we did this.
Oh, sniff that butt. Sniff that bottom. No, thank you. You can have my share. I don't need any. I already had steak. Wow. All right. A strange orange cat has found comfort in my backyard. Don't know who it belongs to. I love animals. Unfortunately, I'm allergic to cats. This one seems to enjoy the warmth of the ground tarp of my swimming pool. He's there quite regularly. Every day, he stands out like a sore thumb with that beautiful orange coat of his. I'm Jess Petriquin for JP News. This has been JP News for August of 2021. Be safe, be nice to one another.